my name's Elaine Leaky, and I'm one of the base leaders in Brittany, Switzerland. Originally from Scotland, you might be able to hear a little bit of an accent. I've been working with YWAM for the past 22 years, and I currently co-convene the region of Act 1, and I'm a convener in Switzerland as well. And so it's a great privilege to chat to you this afternoon just for a few moments on the subject of power or control. Has the fear of control made us into wimpy leaders? For the last month or so on our base, we've been waiting for the birth of 10 baby ducks. Sitting quietly but warmly inside an incubator in one of our offices, there's not been much to see until last night when several cracks appeared in the shells of the eggs. And then this morning we woke up to 9 tiny cheeping chicks in the office, 1 egg left, but it's still moving. So there's still hope that we will have a 10th baby duck join us soon. In Psalm 64, we read that the mind and the heart of man is cunning. That's quite a concept to take into account when we consider that many of us are involved in leading ministries and young people across Europe. We certainly wouldn't want to be manipulative in the ways that we lead and move forward with vision. And yet we can become so convinced of ourselves and so passionate about what we do that we get carried away. I've been really privileged to work with leaders who hold highly the value of hearing the voice of the Lord and working in team over the year. As a young leader sitting in those meetings where we want to hear what God is saying to us collectively, and so we listen to each other share and hear what we've all received in prayer in order that we can clarify and have confirmation about what we feel like the Lord is saying to us. That really marked me as a young leader. Even having more mature leaders come and bring something to the community in prayer and submit it and ask for confirmation before they would walk out and step out in a new direction or with new vision. That was something that really marked me as a young leader and something that I hold on to even today. That collective wisdom, the hearing God together and moving forward. So then as we work in a team, are we able to live out that reality that we don't, as an individual, have the full picture ever? That together we've got a more complete view and we've got a fuller understanding in God. In Jordan Peterson's book, The 12 Rules for Life, he explores in rule number 9 the idea that the voice of the community is required for the integrity of an individual. And I love that idea that we would be sufficiently able to listen to each other and together to God, that we would be able to lead the way forward. As a community here in Brittany, we've looked at how we would like to birth new vision and new ministry. We've compared that to the birth of a longed for, anticipated first child, in contrast to the unexpected arrival of an illegitimate child born outside of marriage. The first, prayed for by parents, grandparents, aunts, family, supported and expected the arrival of this child. The second scenario, perhaps surprise, definitely unexpected, not quite as well supported in the traditional family structure that we would hope to have. And we see ministries as being born in a similar fashion. How cool is it then when a family can gather round and pray and support and welcome the arrival of a new vision or a new ministry? And yet how difficult is it when an individual starts independently in a process and doesn't include those around how that life that was anticipated has been perhaps just being birthed in one person without the support of a team around. Would we be able to construct and build family structures for ministry and for vision, which would be more like anticipating the birth of a firstborn child than an illegitimate child? But it does take humility to lead like this, yes, to be able to listen to others, hear different perspectives, be enriched by that opportunity to just broaden our own individual perspective on something. It creates an environment for growth and development, to be able to submit your vision and your ideas to others, but then to benefit from the rich blessing it is to hear those other perspectives and move forward. I see servant leadership as being able to encourage and make space, to pray for and champion ideas and vision, helping where we can to provide that environment for growth without doing everything for people. You've got to let them try and fail, make mistakes, pick themselves back up again and try again. Have you ever heard of that kind of parenting style, helicopter parenting? You know, the one where parents hover over the kids, protectively making sure that they're always available to help through difficult seasons of life. I think they've even developed a new style now, which is called snowplow parenting. And yes, you can imagine what a snowplow does. Can you imagine what that style of parenting would have done for my ducks? I would have been in there trying to peel off the shelves and help the ducks come out of their eggs. And yet they wouldn't have had the opportunity strengthening their wings in the process. And I believe our young leaders need to strengthen their wings in the process of learning, mistakes included. They need an environment which is conducive to growth, but not one in which there are no challenges and obstacles to face. I always kind of feel sorry for those guys that make it onto the stage in America's Got Talent. You know, you see them, they're really going for it. The music starts, it builds, and then they open their mouth with the microphone in their hand and they can't sing. I mean, this is a disaster. How did that individual get to that place in life where they've believed that they can sing their whole life? They've been encouraged by family and friends. And then they arrive on stage in front of millions of people and it's a complete disaster. They've been allowed to grow and develop in an environment which isn't real. They've always been encouraged that they can do something, but actually they were lied to. So how can we create environments that are filled with truth? Yes, you've got talent. Let me help you. Let me guide you. Let me support you. Perhaps you could try something else. This doesn't seem to fit with your gift set. So how do we do that? How do we create those environments where we can have the collective wisdom of the community or the team that we're working with? That we can be humble enough to listen to other people for timing and precision and details, and that we can create environments of truth where we'll be willing to encourage people, where we see that they've really been blessed and are able to move forward with a skill and a gifting, but guide and direct those who maybe need a different framework around them for what they want to see happen. And so as we walk out that kind of shared and servant leadership, I don't really see it as being controlling in the negative sense of the word. I see it much more as being shaping to help people structure for growth. So as leaders, I want to encourage you that being in control is not a negative thing, driving a vehicle down the road and being in control will benefit you and others around you. You've got to be sure of the direction, but can you submit that to others? Can you walk in humility? And can it be seasoned with truth as you go forward? Bless you.